Hello Wolfpack, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, although you already know the bad news. What I've been warning you about for literally months now is playing out even further to the downside. I mean, we initially had that call from 60 to 63k. I said, hey guys, time to sell, and then at 58k I concreted that and I made it into the prediction that I have now, which is Bitcoin is going to be trending downwards to the 200-week SMA. People didn't believe me at first. As we dropped down a little bit further, people started to believe me a little bit, and now all of a sudden, a lot of people believe me, and there's only a few bulls remaining. Point of the matter is, guys, we predicted this perfectly. It's all playing out as expected. There's really nothing to be surprised about here. If you got caught out longing Bitcoin or buying altcoins, longing altcoins in this region, it really is your own fault, and you really need to be learning a lesson from that. Don't play it off. Don't play it as there's manipulation in the market. Oh, yeah. There's manipulation in every financial market. It's something we need to get used to as traders and investors. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm not trying to be blunt. It's just for your reality of the situation. If you get mad about manipulation, you blame manipulation. Well, guess what? It's always going to be here. So you're going to have to deal with that. But the point is, it's not like it came out of nowhere. And if you act like it came out of nowhere, you're just lying to yourself. There is objective analysis that has taken place over the course of the last couple months on my channel and other people's channels that I know, not many though, that have been telling the truth about what's happening in the market. At the end of the day, technical analysis is about probability, and so we can't say for certain what's going on, right? There's no guarantee. However, if five out of every 6 charts are bearish, you're probably going to favor the bearish argument. That's what I did. I took that initiative when not many people did, and we were able to call this dropout now. So without further ado, and without after that little ego boost that I just did for myself here, it's a business. I've got to advertise. We're going to get into Bitcoin chart right now. So we've got a daily chart here on Bitcoin, and what we can see is that although we did have a drop, it's really nothing significant in terms of the macro structure, other than the fact that we've lost 40k. And look, that said, there still is 12 hours here in this daily candle. If this daily candle can miraculously turn around, which is possible, right, and close back above 40k, right, then everything I just said is still relevant, obviously, because we've still dropped down from 63k, but everything I just said is minimized, because if we hold that support zone, a wick to the downside is very bullish. However, there is an overwhelming majority of evidence that would say that, hey, we're not going to hold that right now. The daily chart, first and foremost, has ascending volume in this downwards trend, which means that there is an increasing amount of sellers, not a decreasing amount of sellers, right? People are selling. No one is there to buy it, and the selling is not slowing down. In fact, it's accelerating. So that is one reason why I don't think we're going to wick back up and close above 40k in this right now. Another reason is, well, the RSI isn't showing any bullish divergence, which you would like to see when the buyers are gaining their strength again. The MACD has had a bearish MACD cross, or it's going to be seeing one if we close low. Okay, and just like always, we're below basically every single critical short to medium term to long term, actually medium to long term indicator on the daily chart as well. So everything is not looking very good now, and this is basically a prime kind of spot in which Bitcoin will probably lose or end up losing the 40k region here. I think we're going to daily close below 40k right now. If we don't, I'd be very surprised if we don't see a bounce upwards to say 45.5k or 48k, and then from that point we can decide what's going to go on. But I've said all along, we need to be re-getting 53k to be bullish again. We're nowhere near that point. We can't even think about being bullish in this moment in time. What we can think about is our prediction playing out a little bit faster than expected, to be honest. Originally I predicted that, hey, we're going down to the 200-week SMA. I said November 2022, and I said that at around 58k, and now we're down at 38k just a couple of months later, and we're still 10 months away from November. Well, depending on how you look at it, 9 and a bit months. And so look, we're a while away from November, and we've got not really that much room to drop left. That said, though, there's got to be a dead cat bounce at some point. I'm not expecting us to just go straight down. The point is, though, the time frame has always been flexible. The reality of where we're going is destined, right? In my opinion, I think that the 200-week SMA is basically set in stone, unless I see something in the meantime, in the short term, that I think is really gonna come back and reverse this trend, which I'm very open to, right? I'm constantly looking for that, because at the end of the day, I make more money if the market's bullish. I gain more followers if the market's bullish. So I don't want the market to be bearish, but that's just what I'm seeing objectively. And so looking at the weekly chart here, we've got the 200-week SMA here let me bring it up quickly. This green line down the bottom here, it's currently at around 20k. Well, 19.2k to be exact. If we were to get there in around November, we'd probably be looking at 25k. Say we get there in 3 months, we're probably looking at like 22k or something like that. And so somewhere in that region, that mid 20k region, is probably we're going to be bottoming out on Bitcoin until proven otherwise, right? If we can miraculously recover to 53k, then we're looking at new all-time highs. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. I do see a completion of this drop down happening where we retest the bottom of this wedge at the very least, and that's going to bring us down to around 37.2k, 37.5k. I think that's going to happen on this daily candle or the next one. So I think we've got a little bit more downside room to go in the next 24 hours. And then once we test that bottom of the wedge, we might have an opportunity for a breakout again. However, considering we've lost that critical support at 40k, a breakout to the upside will be very, very minimal in my personal opinion. Now, bringing up something else like the volume profile, we need to be understanding now that we are well and truly in the 30k region. Well, you know, again, I'll say it again, not quite yet. We need to be waiting for the daily candle to be 100% sure, but let's just jump the gun here a little bit. Now that we are well and truly in the 30k region, we have to look for support. And obviously, the major support block we're going to be looking at on Bitcoin is the 30k to 28 or 27k support block. Now, you'd ask, what is in between here and there? Because that is a decent amount of price action downwards. That's like a 20% drop away. And so there's got to be something supporting us until we get to that point. And yes, you'd be correct, right? We have this uptrending red line that formed from December, came through here in June and July, and it currently sits at around 36k. And so I think we'll see a small bounce off of that region right there. We also have the volume profile showing us that this whole entire region between 40k and 30k is a tense area of buying and selling contention. And so I don't expect the drop from 40k to 30k to be hastily. I think it's going to be choppy, but very choppy. There's a lot of buying and selling contention in this region. However, I think the end goal in this short-term range here is within the next month, probably within the next month. I mean, let's just measure this out of the chart here. It's January 21st. If we're looking at that, probably within the next month, maybe month and a half, I think we'll be at 30k, testing that price point again on Bitcoin. And so, we'll look out for that. 30k is definitely the next target, especially if we close this current daily candle below 40k. As for the weekly chart, if we close this weekly candle below 40k, again, there's a lot of speculation involved here. It might not happen, but if we do, we will have lost the Gaussian channel center line, and we will have closed within the Ichimoku cloud. Usually when you close within the cloud, you end up going through the cloud, and that means we'll probably drop below this region at around 36k and to the 30k region. So we really want to be closing this weekly candle if the bullish argument is going to have any chance above 40k. And another reason for that is the 3-day RSI, which we spoke about just about 12 hours ago in our last video. And that is a major uptrending line since around December 2018 that is tested on 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions, one of which lasting for 3 months, okay? And if we close this daily candle, this current daily candle, 12 hours, below 40k, we will be losing that 3-day RSI uptrend, which is one of the last few bullish charts remaining on Bitcoin. So I really cannot stress the importance of 40k on this daily close and weekly close. So 12 hours and also 2.5 days. It is so important that Bitcoin closes above 40k on the daily chart and the weekly chart, especially the weekly chart. However, I'm just not really seeing that right now. It could happen, there's lots of manipulation going in the market, who knows, but yeah, I'm not seeing that right now. I'm not going to be betting on it for sure. I'm not going to be buying this region. Way too risky. If you buy in this region and we don't close above 40k, well, you can kiss your money goodbye, to be honest, because we'll have lost basically a lot of the things that are keeping the bulls bullish. And after that, there's not really much left, isn't there? But, that's what I'm kind of looking at for Bitcoin right now. Even on the 4-hourly chart, you can see we had this ascending channel formation and a descending channel formation. We've lost both of those with a sharp move to the downside, supported by massive volume. And so everything is screaming bearish right now. We will wait for the daily close and, most importantly, the weekly close to determine decisively what is next for Bitcoin. Because who knows, this could just be a wick. It is too early to tell right now. Let's wait and see what happens with daily close, but doesn't look good, I'll say that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one.